Hello Internet, we are back. It's your boy Blue and we're hitting up Final Fantasy XIV today. We're gonna look through the character customization options, and then I'll probably also do a video of the first 15 minutes or something like that. Let's take a look at the races. We have the human character, as I would call it. They call it Hare, I think. Then we also have what is their implication of the elves. Basically just a taller, thinner human with pointy ears. The odd-looking Lala Fel, which I'm just gonna call Lolly from now on, because that's basically what they are, a whole bunch of lollies. Tiny little characters that look like children. Kinda weird. With the Makot, basically it's a Asian thing where they like to have tails and cat ears. I don't know, never really been into it myself, but you know, people like it, so why not? And then there's the, I can't even pronounce that word, Grau Gaiden. He looks fucking manly to me. He's a beast. Kind of reminds me of the Stone Men from Forsaken World, if anybody's played that game. Then we have the female options as well. She's not as beefy, of course, because she's female. I don't even want to know what people who play this character are thinking. I'm not even going to comment on that one. Regular elf style. I can say this much, the graphics are quite nice from what I can see here. And just your regular human. We are going to make... We're going to be making a magic-based character, I believe, for the class. So I think I'm going to go with the elf. And I'm going to pick female, because why not? You can see them in their underwear for whatever reason. Who knows? They have two separate clans that they can belong to. The Wildwood, which is the lighter skinned with more dexterity and a little bit more intelligence. Then we have the Duskwit, which has more strength and a little bit more mind stat. They're darker skinned, if I didn't say that already. Kind of reminds me of the Drow Elves from Dungeons and Dragons. We're gonna go with the Wildwood this time. Mm-hmm. There's a height meter that is in inches, so for all you Americans out there, probably not gonna help very well. Actually, Americans is the one that use inches. Never mind. We're gonna go with 75.5, because why not? And of course, there's a bust size, because why wouldn't there be? We can just flex those babies right up. But we're gonna go with 50%. It's a large array of skin color choices. Quite a few hairstyles. This is probably one of the better character creators I've seen in a long time. It's right up there with Perfect World International, which had quite a significant character creator system put in, to the point where you could even use the red, white, blue dial Let's see here. Let's go for something kinda normal. No. Let's go with that. Why not? There's a nice arrangement of hair colors. They didn't go 100% anime on it, where you can go from pink and fuchsia, but it's not super saturated or neon blue or anything like that. Just kind of basically colors that you could probably dye your real hair in real life, mostly. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go with that. Four facial changes. This one probably looks like the more mature one, I would guess. Where these ones are, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go with that one. They have jaw options, if there wasn't already enough options for you. And we got eye shape. Not a huge change on it, but why not? Two options for the iris. I guess if you want those anime eyes. You can go as far as saying each color has, or each eye has two different colors, or has different colors per eye. Which is interesting. 'Cause I mean, why not? Some people like that, I guess. We'll go with the slender nose. Default's fine. Of course, playing a female character, they give you the options for lip color, because why not? A light shade and a dark one, in case you want those lips to really stick out. We're just gonna go with none. There are 4 different ear shapes. They don't make a huge difference. It kind of looks like they're different elf ears from basically anything that depicts an elf by the looks of it. So we're just going to go with the default. And we don't need to change the size. You can get little earrings, I guess. Because why not? And you can even change the color of those earrings. That's interesting. Let's go with gold. Everybody loves gold, right? And this is where we get into moles and scars and things that aren't really necessary. But why not? We got face paint here, so basically makeup and junk like that, along with the actual full face paint. And then you can change the color of the face paint, which only makes sense. Of course, you can change her voice type. Not that really matters, considering it's only going to be like battle grunts and stuff like that. And that is all of it. So we can hop right in now. Gives you the option to save your appearance data. That way if you want to make another character that looks the exact same, you can go ahead. Now, for whatever reason, it gives your character date of birth. There's basically 12 moon cycles, which you might as well just refer to them as months if you were to look at it that way. There's a bunch of religious choices. They are gods and goddesses in this game. Slash Final Fantasy universe, I guess. There's Halone, mover of glaciers and goddess of war. Guardian deity of Ishgard. There is Malfina, the keeper of the moon and goddess of love. Thalic, ruler of rivers and wisdom, god of knowledge. Nyama, watcher of celestial bodies and goddess of fate. Lamalin, watchers of the sea and goddess of navigation. Ashkion, ruler of mountains and god of travelers. Bayergot is the purveyor of architecture and industry and god of the arts. Ralgar, breaker of worlds and god of destruction. Azama, keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. Naldfall, overseer of the underworld and god of commerce. Nofika, tender of soils and harvests, goddess of abundance. And Althic, surveyor of change and space and god of time. The only one that really seemed to be evil is Ralgar, and that's what we're gonna go with, because I'm hoping to deal a bunch of damage. I doubt that actually has anything to do with your damage output or anything, but why not? They have a few classes. They have the Disciples of War, which are basically your martial arts classes. The Gladiator specializes in one-handed blades. The Pugilist, I believe, is hand-to-hand combat, so they use probably fist weapons. There's the Marauder, who uses a great axe, so normally I would believe a great axe is a double-handed axe, but that looks kind of like a smaller one to me. Lancer uses a pole axe, good reach, and an archer that uses a bow for long range. I would guess that most likely the Gladiator and the Marauder have tank roles, where the fisticuffs and Lancer and Archer are all DPS roles. Then we have the Disciples of Magic. We have Conjurer, calls upon elemental forces. I believe the Conjurer can be healer as well. The Thaumaturg. Wow, this is difficult. Looks like a DPS class, as it can be a force of terrifying destruction. And the Arcanist. I believe they have the ability to summon